What's up, YouTube? And we're back for another episode of Let's Talk About in the City. And shout out to Pinky. I got my slutty vegan shirt on that my brother got me. I'm so sad I didn't get to go when it was open here because it's closed now. But hopefully, if I'm getting to Atlanta this year, which I may be, then I'll get to try it. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about in the city. So let's do a little quick rundown of the season finale. And then we'll talk about the first part of the reunion, which I just watched, which was really good. It kept my attention the whole time. So kudos to them. And yeah, we'll see how part 2 goes. And then season 2 should be better because we got 3 pregnant ladies all due in like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So the next season should be pretty fired up, pretty juicy. Let's hope. I mean, yeah. The new girl should know how this thing goes now, so they need to come on in. Come on in, come on in. Let's wake it up. Anyways, so we ended, season finale ended with them in Connecticut for the Friendsgiving. It's very nice there in the fall. I am in the South now, and I kind of miss the changing of the seasons, the foliage, the trees changing colors, the snow, the things. I'm kind of missing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It'd be nice because when I call home, they're freezing and it's relatively still warm here. Sometimes it is still warm, like 70s or high mid 60s in the winter. But I don't know, something about seeing that area with them in November. I was like, dang. I think I need me like a little ski trip or something, a little friends cabin trip. But anyway, this ain't about me. This is about these folks and their mess and things. And you know I tend to yap, so I got to stay focused. I haven't even had my medicine yet, and I'm already yapping. So, anyways, we open up the episode with Whitney doubling down on her comment about the girls and them using the mom card to basically get what they want. Georgina piped up for Lindsay, which we gonna get into that when I talk about how this reunion went. But she spoke up for her more than she spoke all season. And so my thing is like, were you really that offended, or were you just taking on the battle because Lindsay's your homegirl and you're a mom and you felt like, oh, this we can pile on Whitney and make her look bad? Because I don't know, people be acting like stuff is so hurtful, and I just be raising my eyebrow at it. But would you have done all that if Lindsay wasn't there to back you? I'm just wondering. Like I said, Whitney, to me, she wasn't wrong. The room situation should have been a discussion. It shouldn't have been an automatic. We get the big room because we're moms and we're here without our kids. But everybody's scared of Lindsay, so no need to be the dead horse on that topic. Let's see. So now Kyle, just a quick note, a quick sidebar because just something I wrote down. Why are you always whipping out your member so that you can pee on camera? I just feel like, obviously production is there. It's people all around. You're not going to get in trouble. But we shouldn't be making that a habit, especially how you like to drink, because getting a charge would be very easy for you, especially living in New York City. So perhaps let's keep our thing in our pants. Let's find a bathroom, a porta potty, a bucket behind a tree, a bush, something that's less open. I'm tired of seeing that white butt and you always with your pants around your ankles. Thank you so much. Lexi, going back to the Whitney of it all, Lexi is petty, and I wouldn't say nothing else to her because obviously you can't trust her. We see what side she wants to make sure she stays in good graces on Whitney. So, I know you thought you had a home girl. I know you thought, yeah, we about to charge these hoes up because why y'all think y'all get the big room? And she ran, scurried, and skedaddled right over to the other girls, to Regina George and them. Let me stop rolling my neck. But for real, I was mad because she scurried right on over to Regina George and them and ran her mouth. So Whitney, now you know you cannot trust her. Danielle, maybe, but Lexi, no. And there's that. Amanda. So I wrote for her that you can make suggestions for rooms on the trip you didn't plan. So you definitely should stay out of it because this was a Kenny and Lindsay joint thing. And again, I think I said in my last recap, it should have been a group discussion. It should have been a text. Everybody on the group text thread, hey, let's meet in the living room when we get in this house before we pick the rooms. It shouldn't have been no running for the rooms like we on Bad Girls Club season 1. I don't even know why that was even a thing. Hey, we planned the trip. We're going to divvy out how the room situation goes. And then it would have been an announcement about we think after how dinner went, Yvonne and Nick should get the best room and we'll work our way from there. Boom, done. Argument over. But that didn't happen. So, they all attacked Whitney to the point where she just had to submit because who wants all these people coming at them? And she's very timid and soft spoken and whatever. So, you know, she was just the bold one to say it out loud. I wouldn't apologize to them, but of course you're gonna want to keep the peace, and so it is what it is. Gavin and Kenny, they had their little heart to heart because there's been some friction there from Kenny thinking basically Gavin's not supportive to his relationship and that he kind of like plays both sides when they're in a group setting and aids in the gang up and the pile on of either Kenny solo or him and Whitney as a couple. I said that I can kind of relate to Gavin in a way. I said that it seems like he's used to being, sarcastic and playful, and that Kenny wants him to learn to navigate their friendship and respect and support his relationship, obviously. To think before you just blurt things out. But I mean, it was an easy conversation. It was like a bro conversation. Obviously, it was just like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is how you made me feel. I want to make sure that we're on the same page as friends and you're not breaking the fourth wall, kind of like you're not letting the show interfere with me and you. Like, don't do too much trying to play a character or portray a certain archetype for the show that you're messing up a real friendship. Because obviously, as an avid Bravo watcher, we've seen people, I mean, it's currently happening on Atlanta. We see people come in with their real life friends, or so we think, and then it falls apart. So to me, that was kind of like a, I'm going, let's check you real quick, calm down, make sure you have my back, and get up off my girl. Easy combo, way easier than what the girls be doing. It was quick 1-2, boom, boom. Let's move on. Love that. Love how the boys usually break their stuff down. I don't give men props a lot, but I would give them props that they can fight it out, whether physically cuss each other out, all kind of stuff, and they could be like, all right, they could dap it up and all that. Girls, yeah, that ain't happening. God bless. Andrea did fantastic on that table. They in there, they in the kitchen, they bickering, they cooking, they doing whatever. He did that table so nicely. I said, okay. We know who was raised well, because you don't see many men that without direction can throw together the decor like that with the centerpieces and all. So love that. Good job to him. I'm sick of the Danielle and Lindsay back and forth. We've been going through this for years on Summer House. Be friends or don't, please. Enough. Figure it out or don't. I'm over it. Amanda. So they all eat, have a good time. Of course, she wants to be a damn wet blanket. She leaves. She goes to bed early and first. Big shocker to nobody. Basically, the end of the episode was just kind of a culmination of the Summer House into this, where her and Kyle finally realized that the marriage is over. He's thankful that Amanda pulled the trigger because he may have never done it. I feel like they both gave up because they knew, why are we still fighting for this? It's been dead. It's the love has been ran out, lost, gone. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It is over with. So let's put everybody out their misery and end it. And you go your way and I'll go mine. So the sit down between them at the end was more the same. Her just doing the sad girl role, acting like people are throwing eggs and tomatoes at her in the street. Like, I'm bored. I'm bored of her with just the whining and the woe is me. You're on TV. You did what you did. You came in, I feel like, to the Summer House reunion, first of all, on your little beta blockers, like void of emotion, so that you could do more avoiding of accountability. And so you had to know how the fans were going to react. Sierra is beloved. So I just really don't have a ton of empathy for you, because I mean, no need to be a dead horse, but it was what you did was stupid. So take your lashings. Tom and Raquel took theirs. you'll be fine. And we end everything with all the girls being pregnant except for Whitney and Amanda. So that was the season. Like I said, I think season 2 will be even better because we'll probably get some West stuff since he's not coming back to Summer House. And everybody should have their baby. Because if they just did the reunion early to almost mid-ish June, this was Friendsgiving, how they ended the episode. Summer House films through kind of Labor Day, and then that's when they should be picking up in the city. So yeah, so in the city should be picking up with the girls. Some of them maybe have already had their babies, some maybe still on the way, and then so we should see that. Let's talk reunion. So of course, show is new. We don't know how it's gonna do. So we get Clubhouse until probably like season 3. If they make it to season 3 and it's going well, ratings are good, then they might get something better. Or I don't know. I don't know if Andy will stay in the Clubhouse because the show is more like a smaller scale thing. But no, probably not, because it's enough for them. So if he can give a real set for Summer House, then I guess if they do well, then they'll end up getting a real set. But anyways, that's not important. Tangent. Lindsay looks great in that yellow. I love the hair, the makeup, the jewelry, everything. She looks the best out of everybody. Like I said, Yvonne, Lexi, and Danielle, they're all pregnant. They're all due like back to back. So we'll see how that plays out. Should be pretty cool, pretty interesting to see the 3 different perspectives of motherhood, new motherhood. I'm glad we kind of started with a little bit of Kyle, Amanda, West clarification, not really, sorta, from Andy. I'm thankful to Danielle for pretty much saying it plain. The same thing we've been telling Amanda since last season of Summer House ended. You need to be alone. I'm tired of telling you the same thing. You should have been alone. There's absolutely zero reason on God's green earth. I don't care how checked out you were from your marriage before you actually decided to move on with West. You did not give yourself time to process, time to heal, time to be in therapy on your own and make sure that you're healthy and you're good and you're stable and you're moved on, fully moved on, and disconnected from this person before you hop to the next. Amanda needs to grow up. When Andy asked her, is she in love? Are they saying I love you? That's a weird question. That's a weird question to answer. How is that a weird question to answer? You literally blew up your whole friendship relationship with Sierra for this man. You sprinted out of your marriage to be with this man, even though you're still technically on paper married to Kyle. You're gallivanting around town and out of the country to weddings and whatever else with this man, playing in the press and in the public, spitting olives in his mouth and just being weird, trying to get attention every time y'all are outside together. But it's weird to say, are y'all in love? It's a yes or no. Like, I'm so confused. But again, to me, that speaks to Amanda's immaturity and her stunted growth, because you're grown as hell. You 30 something years old and you don't know If you love somebody or not, it's okay to say, not yet, not right now. We're not there yet. So yeah. Um, that's why we don't like you. No shade, but all shade. Because you're not honest. You're never, it's hard to get a read on you. You're not authentic. And I don't like that in my Bravo libs. So for me, yeah. She still didn't watch her reunion. Big shocker to nobody. Because she don't care. She didn't care then. Here's June. You still don't care. You talking about I lived it. Did you? Because you were on some type of damn mood suppressant. I never even heard of a beta blocker before. I didn't know that could make you just like stoic and just, I mean, shit, I need some for work. If that's the case, what the hell? Because if that's how it has you walking around, like, don't give a care in the world, yeah, then let me get some of those. So yeah, she don't care. Otherwise, she would have watched back. She would have evaluated. She would have took that to therapy. She would be doing the work. But no, she's not. She's not doing any work. She just wants to run off and have what she thinks is some fairy tale life, because she's still gushing about Wes being everything that Kyle isn't. I think Nick brought that up. He was just kind of like what everybody else was saying, what Carl and all of them were saying. Like, wait, so you dump Kyle to go get Kyle 2.0. And she's like, no, it's not like that. It's different. It's only different because you're in the honeymoon phase, babes. It's only different because he's courting you and because he's, in my opinion, well, what I feel like most of us viewers think, he's playing the long game with you. He's doing the exact same thing that he did with Miha and with Sierra. He's telling you everything that sounds good because he knows how to manipulate. And especially you. You're easy. You're easy. Me watching the show for years, if I was a man, I could come in and gaslight you and manipulate you and tell you everything that you needed to hear that sounds good based on what you've given us and what you've shown us. So just because you guys go out together and it's not, and maybe right now it's not him running off and getting drunk and stumbling home and whatever, doesn't mean that that's not what's on the horizon, babes. But you can't tell Amanda nothing. She's one of those. She gotta learn the hard way. She gotta fall and bump her head. So let her bump her head. And Kyle, I'm gonna get on your ass because stop doing shit for her. That's enough. You're sitting up here talking about I'm still doing this for you and that for you. Why? She has Wes now, right? That's what she wanted. That's what she chose. That's where she's happy at. So let him take over. Why are you still playing Captain Save-A-Ho, playing the role like her husband, swooping in and whatever you're doing for her outside of y'all, co-parenting these dogs? You shouldn't be doing anything else for her. Like he made mention, and see, this is why I don't like when Andy don't be getting down to the nitty-gritty of the stuff, because he was making mention of helping her with her brand deals and just whatever, babying her. Really, I feel like that encompasses it all. Still babying her, and it's like, no, she had all these bad things to say about you, to say about y'all's marriage. Let pass the reins to West. Your job is done. So Kyle frustrates me because he's a good person and that's cool. But it's time to fall back now. It's time to live your life now. You did enough. And so, yeah, I want that to stop. I'm glad her cast on this show is basically telling her, get a damn grip. You're delusional. We've been trying to tell her, but she don't listen to them. She don't listen to Summer House cast. She don't listen to us. She'll have egg on her face. If not by the end of this year, by sometime next year, for sure. Let's see. Oh, Kenny. Oh, okay. Yes. So Kenny came in with his commentary on Amanda as well. And basically I said it's just more, she's so frustrating. More of her lacking taking any accountability. She's just like, there was no betrayal. And it's like, no betrayal towards whom? Because that is a betrayal towards Kyle. It's like, don't do the I didn't cheat thing. Just because you technically didn't cheat on somebody doesn't mean that what you're doing in the midst of the disillusion of your marriage is the right thing to do morally. So please go see the lady. I want therapy for everybody. It's like, I know this is TV. So it's like, like I said, I don't try to get riled up when I watch these shows. I just really try to watch from all different angles, like knowing it's TV, but then it's like, this is how you act, and this, you think this is okay, and then, okay, what's your background? How did we get here? How did the roads lead to this moment? So it's a lot of moving pieces, but it all circles back for me to go see the lady. Everybody needs therapy. Kyle needs boundaries. They both need boundaries, because why y'all talking about who Kyle's having sex with now? And like, not saying that y'all can't be friends, not saying that couples can't move on and it's everybody's copacetic, all that. But it's like, we moving, it's 20 on 10. Pump the brakes, slow down. Kyle was just crying at the reunion. He was just crying over you. And finding out this news about you moving on with his good guy friend that he also does TV with. And now y'all over here playing and joking about who he laid up with and him making out and all that. Like, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Go see the lady. Next, I don't want to talk about that no more. Next season, if we're going to get into the mess, bring Wes messy ass on. Let's see the real deal. Let's see him get in there. Let's see him film with the cast. Let's see what y'all be doing, what y'all be talking about. Like, let's go. I don't want to hear about Kyle and Amanda no more. That's done. Put a fork in her. Lindsay, I think that she still has her guard up about dating, which I think that's okay. I think that she should take things slow. I think she needs to, well, I can't say I think she needs to stop saying that she doesn't want anything serious. I think she should be open to whatever comes with the right person. If you're having fun, cool, but don't close yourself off to a stable romantic partner by saying, oh, I don't want nothing serious, no way. I feel like that's just a defense mechanism to not get hurt and not get your heart broken, because obviously we've seen Lindsay pick many, well, no, I can't say pick many a bad men and have many a bad relationships on camera. We've seen her unhealthy relationship style play out. And I've said it before, I really hope that she has switched therapists, and she's not with the same therapist that we saw her with years ago. I hope that she's evolved and changed some, maybe, switched around and ventured out, and that she has healed her mother wound as much as she can, because until she does that, she's not gonna get far in relationships, because she self-sabotages a lot of those. My opinion. Anyways, so Lizzie versus Kenny and Whitney. Again, I mean, we knew this was gonna happen. They piece stuff up, and then when the show plays back and they see different stuff said in confessionals or scenes that they didn't see, then we know reunion is going to be fight time. So I said that Lindsay knows she was being messy with her line of questioning when it relates to Kenny moving Whitney across the country to be with him. And in reality, who cares? People move for their significant other every day. Just say, I was being messy. You were making for good TV. You were asking the hard questions. We know what it is. But Kenny also put his foot in his mouth, because what you were saying to Kyle, and then you tried to downplay it, like you weren't basically saying that you were unsure. To me, I took it as like Kenny and Whitney are kind of like a parallel to Danny and Nia from the Valley, where it's like, oh, nice, relationship. It's cute. It's sweet. But are y'all controlling the narrative? Also, are y'all controlling the image? Are y'all trying to make sure that y'all come off looking a certain way on TV? Or is it that it's just that smooth, and y'all don't really fight or whatever? But it's like I can see it and I can't, because Kenny's got such a big personality and a lot of mouth, but then Whitney's seems at least completely opposite. Real timid, meek, mild mannered. So maybe, but I got my eye on them, because again, Danny and Nia, we all thought that about them, and it was like, some of the milk ain't clean. And now here we are, and we see that some of the milk ain't clean. So I get Gavin's point of view about them being vanilla, because she gives dry. But to me, Lexi gives dry, Georgina gives dry. Most of the girls, aside from Danielle and Lindsay, are really kind of dry. The guys give way bigger, bolder personalities. So, I mean, if it works for them, it works for them. So, I said that Georgina, she's forgettable. So, if I were Whitney, she wouldn't be saying nothing to me. Nothing. I would be clocking her tea left and right. Like, girl, we forgot you even filming with us. You are only relevant when you have a scene with Lindsay. So pipe down. You wouldn't be coming at me trying to check me about nothing. Zero. Kenny was absolutely right about his minions comment, because everybody's scared to go toe to toe with Lindsay. She runs the girls. She's the queen of the castle. So of course, a newbie coming in to reality TV, you're new to New York, you're new to this friend group. Yeah, as your man, I'm going to give you a heads up to say, this is the queen bee. They all kind of follow behind her. So, try your best to make friends, but watch your back, because if you get into it with one, it's kind of like you get into it with all. He didn't lie. And, well, I said that Yvonne said it best, playing devil's advocate to the situation, that Kenny didn't give Whitney a chance to make up her own mind about the girls or to make her own connections. He just kind of laid it out the way he saw it. But he wasn't wrong. Lindsay's in charge of the girls. They always scared to step to her because of her mouth. And most of them, except for really Danielle, they can't hang with the big dog. And that's just what it is. So if that was my man, I would want him to do the same to me. Don't have me walking into the lion's den without my armor on. So thanks, Buki. But I wouldn't apologize. I would not have apologized again for the mommy comment. I would have told them, oh well, build a bridge and get over it. Georgina saying to Whitney, oh, I appreciate the apology, but basically I still feel like you meant what you said. I would have said, yeah, I did actually. And so now what about it? Who gonna whoop my ass? Because that's always the motto to me. So now what? I said it. We're here. We moving on or not? Because y'all knew what I meant. Whether I could have maybe worded it different, sure, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's how I felt. That's how I'm sure multiple people here felt. I was just bold enough to say it. And Andy's messy as hell for talking about, give us more examples of when Lindsay tried to play the mom card. He's so damn messy. Funny as hell. Whitney's just like deer in headlights, like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I shouldn't have said it like that. Girl, don't apologize to these hoes. Shit. Lindsay pissed me off. So I even cried over 6 months over that comment you made, girl. You ain't cried over no little ass comment about, oh, well, whatever. You always playing the mom card about some shit because y'all was trying to get the biggest room in the house. That did not make you that damn cry. Sorry. I met Lindsay at BravoCon. Super sweet. She was very lovely in person. But what we're not going to do is sit up here and get on TV and lie. Okay? And if I was Whitney, and that's when I would have said, girl, fuck you. Because you sitting up here, you playing a game, you manipulating the audience, or so you think, because you want to try to get all the moms to get in my damn DMs, my mentions, whatever, to at me, to jump down my throat, to make me feel bad about some shit. Let's get the mommy brigade out with the tiki torches to come through to say, oh, you don't know because you don't have kids. Girl, fuck you and your kids. Whitney, call me because I got your back. Girl, I don't care. I don't care. Like I said in the last recap, my opinion, my opinion. Just because you have kids and another person does not mean you're before me. If you ain't been away from your kids in a while, then baby, like I said, go on a staycation, get you a hotel. When it's a friends thing, then the decisions are made as a group, not, you know what I'm saying? I could see if I don't even know. I could see if you just had a death in the family. I could see if you were disabled, so you needed a better room. I could see if you brought your baby with you, a la Kenya, you know, when she would come on the trips, on the cast trips, when she first had Brooklyn on Atlanta, and she was coming with the nanny, and it's like, okay, sure, we'll kind of consider that in your accommodations because or either you can get your own accommodations because you're coming with extra, I don't want to say baggage. I don't want to call kids baggage, but you know what I mean. So it's like, cool. But other than that, baby, if I was Whitney, I just would have been like, I don't care. I don't care. You're not gonna make me feel bad because you don't get away, or so you claim, or whatever the case. I don't know. If you co-parenting and you a weekend on, a weekend off, or whatever you got going on with your baby daddy, then baby, that's when you need to get out. Then that's when you need to be doing staycation. You need to be at the Four Seasons. You need to be going out of town with your girlfriends for a quick little turnaround trip, because don't use this as your every time. It's like, well, we're moms, and so we need skirt. I don't have kids, and I just still feel like I wouldn't do that. If it's a group thing, let's draw straws. Let's, okay, let's take turns. Let's talk about it. A discussion. That's just it. Be fair to your friends. Don't be an asshole. Have a discussion. But at the end of the day, Lindsay, we've seen your highlight reel. That little last comment did not have you crying for no 6 months. And if I was Whitney, I would have laughed in your face. But that's just me. I need her to call me so I could coach her for the next season, because we're not doing it. We not. And I wish I was on social media right now to see how that comment went over, because girl, stop. But I was, like I said, thoroughly entertained by this first part. Second part, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else do they have to really talk about. I don't feel like it was a whole ton more left, unless they're gonna get into more of the Amanda and Kyle of it all, because they kind of like sped through the major talking points of the season. They got into Kenny and his dad a little bit. Oh, excuse me. We left off on the mommy comment, which that was like, oh, maybe Danielle and Lindsay, maybe they're back and forth a little bit. I don't know, but I guess we'll see how part 2 goes. But thoroughly entertained. We will watch The Valley tomorrow and see if that's worth talking about, because last episode was filler. Other than that, OC this week. Hopefully this episode will be good, because last episode was filler also. But either way, if it is, I'll find something about it that I can talk about, so I can come on here and at least keep the content going. I need to work on not yapping so goddamn much, because a 40-minute video is crazy. But I did 2 episodes in one. So I feel like 20 minutes, that's pretty standard for somebody like me who talks too much. But that's it, because I'll keep going about nothing. I hope you enjoyed. I'm working on my comfortability with talking to the camera. It's not that bad, but it's just getting more used to it. So, and getting my thoughts together, since I don't go scene by scene like a lot of the other recappers. I just have to kind of like go on my notes and remember my talking points that I wanted to hit. But hopefully I'm doing okay. And I'm going out this weekend. Clearly, my hair is done. So I'm going to try to do a proper vlog. I got some big shit to talk about a certain zodiac sign. So stay tuned for that. On Sunday, I'll probably just go ahead and yap and upload that. But yeah. Shout out to In the City. Those are my opinions about it. Please comment yours down below. I love to go back and forth. And I'll catch you for the next video. Bye.